What's going on, guys? Welcome back to a new video. Today I have another amazing story time for you. This actually didn't even happen that long ago. It was only a couple months ago, so it was this year. I was with two of my mates, let's call them Jack and Tyler. Jack's actually featured in another one of my videos. It was my most recent one. I've known both of these boys for quite a bit now. Tyler I've only known for maybe like 3 years, but Jack since kindergarten, as I've said in my other video. And I was hanging out with them for the day, and they were planning on staying the night at mine, and that was all organised. So there's a bush behind my house, right? And we decided to go for a walk in the bush. Now, this bush leads along a train line. Like, it's got a train line next to it, and you can follow the train line the whole way through the bush, pretty much. And so we're just walking along, and we've actually got a bit of bud, so we stop up in the bush and we smoke a bit of bud, so we're a little bit high. And what we do, we go over to the fence where like the trains go past, where you can see it clearly, because the rest of the bush you sort of can't see it as well. There's a few gaps where you can see the trains and stuff, and but it's all fenced off, and there's trees in front of most of it. And we were just throwing rocks at trains, right, from behind the fence. But then my mate Jack goes, "Oi, do you boys want to go and jump the fence and walk like near the train line?" Now there was like a lot of space on the left and right of the train line, so we weren't like going to get hit by the train, because we were walking on like a hill, and the train line was like down the hill, and there's like a path along it, and then there's like a dirt road before the train line as well, so we were fine. And so our dumbasses decided to go, okay, yeah, let's do it, not knowing that like I think they're rangers or like security drive past the train lines checking on the like dirt road. So we had no idea about that, and we were just running across like along that path, and when every train came we would throw rocks at it, and we were just mucking around having fun, as I said, a little bit high. But then we see a car about like maybe like 500 meters away in the distance, because it was a long straight, and it starts speeding up. And I'm like, what the fuck? How is there a car there? Because, as I said before, we didn't know cars went past there. Like the Rangers, we didn't know they drove past there. And so I'm like, why is there a car there? And Jack and Tyler both go, oh, I don't know. Maybe we should go back. And so we start walking back. We weren't like running because we didn't think it was urgent. And this car catches up to us. And it says like, I forget if it was Ranger or security, but it was one of them on the side of the car, and they wind the window down and stop and yell out and say something like, it was really like they were a while away, so it was a little bit more like I couldn't hear it as well, so it was something like "Oi boys" or like something like that, but I think they said "Oi boys," and we turned around, and he's like looking out the window, and there was two blokes in the front of the car in like security, like they looked like they were security or police or something like that. And they're like, "Yous aren't allowed to be in here." So we start taking off, and we jump back over the fence, and we think we're fine, right? We think everything's all good, we've gotten away, and like they're just going to drive past. Well, no, we start hearing motorbikes in the distance, and it's a bush, so I'm thinking, it's nothing. It's just people on motorbikes having fun riding around. No, it was not. We see the bikes come around the corner, and they've got lights on them, and they're flying up to us, and I don't think they didn't see us, right, because we were like behind trees and stuff, so we all just like dived in the bush and like hid behind it and watched them go past, and obviously they were looking for us, right? So we think, well, we're fucked here, we have to figure out a way to get out. And so we start heading back towards my house, because there's a big hill that leads down into the bush, and you go up there, and that's the road where you can go towards my house. So we start trying to get there, but we're a while away at this point. So we're running, and we can still hear the bikes in the distance, and they are coming back round. So we had to dive back in another bush, and all that. And anyway, we keep running towards there, and we see rangers go past along the train lines and stuff, because you could see in there was little gaps in the trees where you could see. And these motorbikes out looking, and we're shitting ourselves, because we didn't think it was that big of a deal that we weren't even anywhere near the train lines. We were on a path like on the hill, so we didn't think it was that big of a deal. Anyway, we keep running and we have to dive in the bush like 800 million times. And then we run up the hill and we get back to my house. And when we're at my house, like, we think everything's all good, you know, we're back, we're safe, we've gotten away, they're just going to forget about it. We chill out, we have dinner, and then later that night, my mum has the news on. And there was a guy in that bush lighting illegal, like, fires, because it was fire, like, the fire, you couldn't light fires at this time, there was a fire ban. And so they thought we must have been him and his mates or something. And that's why the police were out and stuff looking. So we're shitting ourselves thinking that they're coming for us. Which they probably, if they found us, they probably would have just said, you know, why were you on the train lines, you can't do that. We thought we were going to get arrested or something. So they probably thought we were the guy who was lighting illegal fires in that bush. And yeah, so it turns out that it all like linked up and that they weren't even looking for us. It was just the security yelled out to us and he didn't even care after we got off the train, like off that path over the fence. So yeah, that was a bit of an experience. We were running away from like police motorbikes and everything for like ages and it wasn't even for us. So yeah, that's the end of that story time. It was a bit of a scary one in the moment. Like I was freaking out a bit, but you know, once we found out what actually happened, it was fine. But yeah, that's pretty much it. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. I know it was a bit of a shorter one, but yeah, I got plenty more banger story times to come. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you legends in the next one.
My white tee used to have this shit up on the dash, nigga. Got a lot on my psyche, on my mind, I ain't talking hats, nigga. Like I said on that Syfy, when I train, I tend to overlap, niggas.